Hello and welcome back to Plotline Hotline, where we review shit so you don't have to.
Wow, you said it.
I did.
Wow!
This is Christian.
Oh, and this is Cole. And today we are reviewing Gladiator 2.
The sequel no one asked for.
Yeah, actually, though.
Did the first one need a sequel? No. Did we still go and see it? Yes, just in case they proved us wrong. And to be frank,
well,
they did not. No.
So how about you hit us with that synopsis, and then we can get into...
Gladiator 2 takes place, I think it said 16 years after the first movie. It follows young Lucius, who is now a man in his own right, and it basically follows the same plot as the first movie, where the man, Lucius, loses his loved ones in a big skirmish, or this time in a big skirmish based on the Romans. And then he gets taken into custody by the enemy Romans, and then he gets put into the gladiator ring, where he wants revenge on the man that killed his family. But then along the way, he discovers he wants to fight to save Rome, as he was always meant to. And
as the rightful prince of Rome.
Yes, that. And then he does it.
He sure does.
While there's two really inept emperors who are being manipulated by Denzel Washington. Because I can't remember his character's name.
I can't remember his name either. Yeah.
Did you want to start with this one, or did you want me to start with this one?
I can start.
Yeah.
But it's going to be kind of...
Well, yeah, mine will be too. I'm just going to add my
I
own.
will admit, when I initially came out, I was like, this wasn't that bad. And then we started talking about it, and then... when
I popped your bubbles after...
Yeah,
after we got out of the
started
theater.
realizing, and I think... I don't know, it's just... I think one thing that we had mentioned is there's literally zero reason for anybody to fight alongside with him at any point. They just kind of, imply that you should know. It's just... There's so much going on, and I feel like there's a lot of characters that aren't necessary either. It's just... I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think the casting was... I didn't mind it, to be honest with you. I just feel that... I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It was just... meh. It was a very long... I felt like they dragged out the end a little bit, too.
Yeah, and it was very anticlimactic, that
And
end.
also, I don't feel that... I don't actually know how old Denzel's character was, but I don't feel like a man that old versus a gladiator that is literally ripped and fights people should be able to just literally fucking kick your ass for 5 seconds. Like, there's no way.
I think they're trying to say that he was tired after his little gladiator battle right beforehand, but I do agree with you wholeheartedly. He's 70.
Yeah.
Like, he's in his 70s. Even if his character is supposed to be a little bit younger, Lucius is in his physical prime
He's
and active.
literally in his prime.
And we never got hints that Denzel Washington could even handle himself.
No.
I cannot remember the character's name, guys, at all. So I'm just going to keep going with Denzel Washington. Same thing as with the emperors. I cannot remember their names. I just know there was two of them. One was just kind of messed up, and the other one was kind of more adept, but he was still dumb as shit.
He was.
As for me, acting was fine, and like you said, the actors were perfectly fine.
Yeah, I thought the casting was great. Oh, and they brought back the mom from the first one,
Yep,
too.
and I do appreciate that. I do think that the main fault of this movie is it lacks focus. Like, it feels like it's too spread out in too many different areas. Like, just narrowly. Like, enough that the parts that could have worked really well get floundered a little bit because it has to spread its attention to a couple of the other stuff. Because it's going to this
other plot point.
Yeah. And I think that's mainly the problem with it, because you don't get the time to actually sit with some of them, and it skips the beats that you need to get those proper connections as to why they're doing this or why this happened.
You almost miss that hero's journey,
Yeah.
You want the hero's journey, but you don't get it.
Yeah, so it's missing that. Action scenes are fairly entertaining, all things considered.
They were pretty good. They were well done.
Yeah, and there was a couple moments I genuinely laughed at. Like the moments where one of the other slaves dies and the emperor's just like, sorry, that he looked expensive. That I genuinely laughed at. And then there was a scene near the end, and this is a bit of a spoiler because I find it fucking hilarious. The guard is taunting him with a wooden sword, saying, oh, if he's lucky, he gets to fight with this.
Yes.
And then when the inevitable breakout happens, that Lucius takes the wooden sword and starts jabbing it into the guy's neck. And he's like, wood or steel, the point is still a point.
Yeah.
And I was laughing my ass off because as soon as I saw the wooden sword, I'm like, someone's getting killed with that thing.
And they did.
Someone must die by this wooden sword.
Like,
otherwise, I would have walked out.
Yeah.
If I didn't get that. That was what I wanted. That was the whole journey that I went through for that movie. That's what I wanted, even though it only showed up for like 2 minutes.
It was beautiful. I don't think that wasn't the one I thought you were going to mention. I thought you were going to mention the other one.
Which one?
When they decide to nominate the monkey as the other council member. And then
Dondus!
Yeah,
I remember the monkey's name!
Yeah. And he's like, I announce Dondus.
All hail Dondus.
And then they all literally go. And
some of them looked like they were doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, it was just, first of all, that they all hailed the monkey. Whatever.
I do like the transition after that moment, though, when like the Emperor leaves and Denzel Washington was like pointed at second. He's like, sit. And then everyone was just like ready to go. They're like, okay, we have someone actually in charge now.
Not a monkey. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was some fine stuff in there here and there, but it missed something.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't a bad movie by any means. If I wouldn't like be in pain if I had to watch it again, for instance.
But it's not.
But it's not one I will go out of my way to watch again.
It's just for a movie that would be so easy to have that journey and just, be able to follow through the faults and the downfall to the rise and everything. You just don't get any of it. It's just every single part just kind of goes. And it's just, yeah. You don't get to follow along. And also a couple of the plot points and the twists even. It's just long-winded. It was like a long way of telling the story where we had talked too is, they could have solved the twist with that one scene rather than letting the
Another
other brother
come.
Yeah. Again, spoilers. Like you said, if he didn't just kill both of them at the same time,
we would have had the same results anyway.
It would have ended up the same way. And he could have appointed the monkey and appointed himself. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't need to keep the other brother because he ends up fucking
dying 5 minutes later anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly, I think they did a little bit of cutting and a little bit of a polish, you could have had something a little bit better. I don't think it still would have matched up to the first movie. But it would have been like, okay, that wasn't that bad. That was actually a half-decent movie.
And I know you like the sharks.
Oh, yeah, I did. I know that one moment just felt so
wrong
out of it.
Yeah.
Like, just for me, like, from everything else that we had seen up till that point, I'm like, now we have sharks in the water.
Yeah.
Great.
I could understand
why?
The water, but how did they get the sharks in there?
Honestly, I want to look it up more before I talk about it, because I'm like, did they do that? I don't actually know for sure. It feels like they didn't, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to be looking like an idiot on the internet for more than I do usually. You know what I mean?
Yes. Anything else? Any last minute things?
Nope.
Yeah, I think the only last thing, I wish that they built a little bit more team building with the rest of the guys.
Of Gladiators, so that way you could see why they're following him.
It would have made his speech a little bit better rather than just repeating what.
Yeah, they held Maximus in good regard. I think throughout the movie
They never did him a dirty, which is good.
No,
they just did everything else.
I did enjoy what they did with Maximus's memory and all that stuff. That part was very nice.
Yeah.
Ratings.
Because it wasn't absolutely garbage.
Do you want to say it at the same time?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
5.
6. Ooh. So 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it 5 monkeys.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
We're going to leave it at numbers. We had something easy for editing. And you know what you just did? You put monkeys all over your head.
Haha. Not the monkeys. But anyway, anything else?
No.
Okay, well, this has been our review of Gladiator 2. Go out and see it. Let us know what you think. Tell us in the comments. Maybe you liked it and you can tell us that we suck. Maybe we don't like good movies. But to do that, you'll have to go to Instagram, which will be here. Instagram, you can go to
TikTok as well.
TikTok and YouTube. It's like, where else are we?
Where they are watching us right now.
Oh my god, I should not be recording this, but that's okay. This has been our review. We're Plotline Hotline. We review shit so you don't have to. Tune in next time. I'm Christian.
I'm Cole. Thank you.
Ta-ta! Goodbye! Ah!